You know that 43% of people expect to fail their New Year's resolutions before February. I'm here to tell you that if you want to cut your grocery budget and save some money on your bills, you don't have to be a part of that statistic. Hey friends, what's up and welcome back. I'm Kate and I want to help you cut your grocery budget as much as possible in 2023. I'm a married mom of two and work full-time from home, and I'm desperately trying to save money on my bills so that we can reach our bigger financial goals. Before we jump into this week's haul, I want to give you my tip of the week, which is don't be afraid to mix up your strategy. I'd been shopping weekly at Kroger, but have been really disappointed the past couple of weeks by the deals that they had. And so this week I tried Walmart and I was shocked at how much cheaper their prices were, especially on basics and things that we stock up with regularly. Let's jump in and see what we're working with. All right, so Walmart delivered on significantly better deals. I got a pound of ground beef. This was marked down to $2.82 and is still 2 days within the date. Some pepperoni. Some stew meat. I'm gonna make a beef stew, and then something else with this week. I haven't figured that part out. Turkey for lunches, some pizza sauce. I got some mozzarella cheese, some string cheese. There was a deal on Ibotta for this for $1 back. If you don't use Ibotta yet, I've got my referral link down in the what's a doodle below, and you can get started. I got another thing of cheese. This was $2 just for cheese for sandwiches. Some celery, frozen green beans. I have 2 bags of these for stew and then just for freezing. A 5-pound bag of carrots because we are almost out. And then 2 loaves of this bread that was marked down to 50 cents. So we're gonna have French bread pizza for lunch. All of this was $71, y'all. Let's see what we can do with it. All right, let's get started on some beef stew. I've got a 1 tablespoon measuring spoon. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of flour to a large bowl. And to that, I'm going to add a pinch of salt, probably half a teaspoon, some ground black pepper, and about 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. I'm going to give this a quick mix with my hand, and then I'm going to add a pound to a pound and a quarter of stew meat. Please note that Jack was not allowed to eat the piece that I dropped on the floor. That went straight to the trash. I'm going to make sure all of that stew meat is coated. And then I'm going to warm up my Dutch oven so we can get that browning. I will warn you, this recipe takes a little bit of time just because it has to cook on the stove for a long time. All right, so I'm just gonna brown up the stew meat, and while it is browning, I'm gonna chop up my veggies. I've got 3 stalks of celery and 3 carrots. Now that the stew meat has browned about halfway, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce and 2 teaspoons of this horseradish mustard. Once it's all fully browned, I'm going to add about a cup of broth just to deglaze my pan. I'm going to add the celery and carrots and bring that back up to a simmer while I add some of my other seasonings. I'm going to add 3 cloves of garlic. And then while all of these vegetables kind of simmer together, I'm going to go over and chop 2 potatoes to add to the pot. Let's add in these potatoes, and then I'm going to give it a stir and add the rest of my broth. I have 8 cups in total. 4 from the broth I made from our rotisserie chicken, 4 from a bouillon cube, and some water. So we're going to turn the stove up to a low boil or a heavy simmer for about 45 minutes. And then add a cornstarch slurry, and that's 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of water mixed well and then added in. You're going to give that a stir and then bring it back up to that heavy simmer, low boil for another 15 minutes. While that's boiling for the last 15 minutes, I'm going to slice some of this discount bread that we got from Walmart to toast up and eat with it. In the last 5 minutes, I'm gonna add some frozen green beans and frozen peas. Make sure when you're adding these frozen vegetables that you make a big splash and get it all over your stovetop so you can clean that up later. And here we have the finished dish. This was delicious and fed us for 2 dinners for all of us, and then lunch for my husband and I an additional day. And that crusty bread just pulled it all together. Okay, so I've got my carrots and bell peppers kind of coating the bottom of this slow cooker. I'm going to add 1.25 pounds of stew meat that I have dredged in cornstarch and a little bit of salt and pepper. And then to that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. 2 cloves of garlic, 1/2 cup of soy sauce. I have 1/2 cup of water, and then to that I'm gonna add 1/2 cup of this chicken base. Beef broth would probably be better, but I keep forgetting to purchase it. 1/2 cup of brown sugar, a pinch of red pepper flakes. I'm gonna give this a stir and cook it on low for about 5 hours. All right, so I was so excited about this that I forgot to film my completed plate, but here is my toddler's plate after she's finished not eating it. And that was our week. I hope this has encouraged you to stick with your goals and to work on cutting your grocery budget with me in 2023. If you like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and hit subscribe so that you never miss recipe ideas and grocery hauls. Have a great day. See you next time.